Back a little earlier than anticipated. Just trying to sort out when I'm having dinner and stuff with the missus. So what I reckon is I'm behind, a little behind schedule, but it's fine. I say schedule's not important. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Mass Effect for another hour, and then I'll take a break to have a quick dinner, and then I think then we'll pick up with the campaign of Titanfall 2 about midnight, I think. So cool. Well, let's carry on with bloody Mass Effect. Right, so yes, we've done Omega, we've done Leviathan. What is left for us to do? Not a lot, I don't think, because this is just before Sanctuary. So what we're going to do, we're not going to do Shore Leave, because Shore Leave, we do not, I am not mentally prepared for Shore Leave. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to, this communications system, and we'll bang that out in about 20 minutes. Who are we going to take on this mission? We'll take Ashley, because my shepherd is romancing Ashley, and he seems like the type who'll bring his girlfriend everywhere. And we'll take James. Why not? We'll just go full soldier backup. Not necessary, but oh yeah, what does the Argus do? Yeah, because we picked up the Argus from. It's bursts of foreign ammunition conservation during lengthy conflicts. Oh, do we want to try that? Oh, it's so heavy. I'll give it a go. It's only a short mission. Then James has got the Revenant and Eviscerator. Ashley has a Mantis and an Avenger. Fine. Let's get the final level of fitness. Let's just get that on. No one really cares about increasing melee damage. And then the final points will just go into throw, because, there's not really much point levelling up throw. Let's level up Incendiary. That's pretty cool, we'll do that. Thing is, so many of the powers are increase the damage by 7.5% and do this thing every 3 seconds over an area of 1.5 meters. Just don't care. Hey, yeah, holding up okay. I'm probably going to play Mass Effect for another hour. I'll take a little break to get some dinner in, and then I will be right on to Titanfall. So set your watch for, let's say 7:45. I'll be starting Titanfall. That's what I'm aiming for. But in the meantime, we're just gonna mess around and do some of these little side missions, and I'm gonna try out this new weapon we picked up from the Leviathan DLC. I don't think I've ever used it. Oh, that's got some good punch to it actually. That's pretty good. Okay, we'll stick with that. For now, we'll stick with it. I mean, it kills Cerberus guys really quickly. I mean, that's not like too much an achievement. Yeah, Mass Effect 1 is very janky. I don't really like it compared to the other two. It got a lot of love in the Legendary Edition, as it should have, but yeah, I still don't really like it. It's still very janky. 2 is obviously pretty good. The only problem I have, the only thing I don't really like about 2, well, sort of two things, they're sort of connected, is that there is not a lot of weapon variety, whereas in Mass Effect 3 you've got like so much different variety of weapons, which is really cool. And I just don't like that Shepard's weapons get locked to class. I just really don't like that. It's just really rough early game, like if you're playing Sentinel like I am, and like you have to make do with like the starting SMG and the starting pistol. It's just so rough at the start. You have to wait till about, you know, like the halfway point in the game to unlock, you know, a different weapon training. Ooh. But, you know, Mass Effect 2, in terms of obviously, like, you know, expanding on the universe and introducing characters. Yeah, exactly. The story of 2 is amazing. It's you know, it's Mass Effect Suicide Squad. You know, it's great. You know, assemble a crack team of badasses to do a suicide mission. It is great. I really like it. There are some individual parts of that story which I have a little issue with. The biggest, I'm gonna get on a bit of a soapbox here. It really annoys me, like how underused Jacob is, because like I think that pretty much the community feeling is that like Jacob is like a really boring character. Like he's not that great to use like on a team because he's kind of rubbish. His powers aren't great, and he's just kind of bland. He's just, you know, he's kind of a gruff ex-military guy, and you know I mean, what can you sort of say about his character? And it's so frustrating because he has a lot of potential, I think, to be a lot more interesting than he is. Because the thing about Jacob is, so like he's an ex-Alliance guy, so he's ex-military. And then, like, really early on, if you talk to him, he says he was part of something called the Corsairs, which are basically like privateers. Oh, James. So he was a Corsair, and probably did some pretty shady stuff that was still sanctioned. And then he got bored or dissatisfied with that, and then joined Cerberus, which is, you know, like a private paramilitary group. So like he's a guy that can't seem to stick to something, and I think he just had the potential there. Like his loyalty mission could have been something involving his past life in that way. Whereas, you know, in game, his loyalty mission is to do with like his dead dad, or his, you know, he gets a message from his dad, but it has no weight because he doesn't care about his dad. Like his dad abandoned him, you know, when he was young, and he's sort of come to terms that he's like going, well, you know, I don't really care if my dad's dead or not. So it just has no weight when you go to this mission and like, haha, Jacob, your dad's alive, and he's like, yeah, but I don't really care. But like, and like, I suppose it gives him a sort of sense of closure, because he's like, oh, I just assumed he was dead, and then I got a message saying that he's not dead, and then I go there and it's like, I don't really care either way if he's dead or not. It's just like, I don't know, my dream for Jacob is that like he would have, alright, so this is going back to like his thing of like he, you know, he seems to flip-flop between lots of different things, You know, he was military, he was dissatisfied with that, he was a Corsair, he was dissatisfied with that. Now he's with Cerberus, and like saw some of his dialogue in place, he's sort of dissatisfied with that as well. So he's a guy who can't seem to find something that like really suits him. That's how I interpret it. And like, you know, not that he would abandon things necessarily, but like he just seems, I don't know, like he could pivot to things very easily, or he seems unsatisfied with stuff. And now if you got a message from like one of his old like Corsair buddies, and they're going like, oh Jacob, you know, like we're getting the band back together, do you want to like become a Corsair again and like raid ships and stuff? Like maybe he would be tempted by that, because like, oh man, you know, that was kind of good, and you know, like, yeah, I left, but, and then he could like sort of try and justify it to himself, like why he left. Yeah, exactly. Finding something to commit, and that's the thing. Shepard is Shepard and Shepard's cause is something he can commit to, and like something he feels fine to committing to, because it's like, oh, that's what I've been looking for all this time. Like that's the cause I can commit to, is Shepard, because you know, like the whole point is that like Shepard can absolutely bring people together. You know, that's kind of Shepard's inherent gift. That's why Shepard is the hero, because he can forge these alliances and like inspire loyalty in people. Exactly. I don't know if Jacob then is Monica or Chandler in that scenario. But yeah, I don't know, just something that would have, I'm getting rid of that rifle, it wasn't super great. Something that would have played to Jacob's sort of would have played to Jacob's sense of sort of unstable loyalty, or like inability to commit. And like he would have been like, oh, I don't know if like this whole Cerberus thing and this suicide mission, like I'm not sure. And yeah, he gets a message from his Corsair buddy, and you go and meet him, and like, I don't know, it's like a big ambush or things go south, and yeah, and Jacob's finally like, you know what, no, Shepard, like, and something happens where like Shepard would stick up for him, and Jacob will realise like, oh yeah, he's sticking up for me, like he deserves my loyalty. Bam, there you go, Jacob has a purpose forever. But instead he has the dad thing, which is, I mean, that's a worse version of Miranda's arc, because Miranda's arc is all about her family and her legacy and stuff. So yeah, Jacob it frustrates me, because Jacob has so much potential, and it really feels like he got, yeah, exactly, he falls to the side because he's, you know, he's a normal guy. You've got like a whole team of, I mean, like you've got a team that includes returning favourites like Garrus, you've got Tali, and then you've got new great characters like Morden, because you know everyone loves Morden, because Morden is great. Thane is really cool, everyone likes Thane. I've heard rumours that some people like Jack, but I've never met one in the wild, but I'm sure they exist out there statistically. Yo Grunt's pretty cool, because like he's essentially the stand-in for Rex. I personally don't think Grunt is that great, but I know that some people do. I personally really like Zaid. I think Zaid is great. Yeah, someone else may have got it wrong. Oh, I'm going to do the Sanctuary mission. There we go. Statistically, there is someone who likes Jack. I like Jack a lot more in 3 than 2. Like when she's a teacher at like Space Hogwarts, I think she's a lot better. I'm going to take change this again, because you know that's, you know, she's in a role that gives her more purpose, whereas in 2 she's just angry all the time. And I get it, she's obviously got narrative reasons why she is angry all the time, because she's had a terrible life. She's essentially grimdark River Song, Not River Song, River Tam. Too many rivers in fiction. She's grimdark River Tam from Firefly, in the fact she's been experimented on her whole life and she has weird powers. But in 3, she's a lot more interesting because now she has like a purpose beyond, fuck shit up because I'm angry at everything. Yeah, and plus also like cosmetically, like her outfit is a lot better in 3 as well. I don't know. I really hate her look of like a bra made from like jumper cables in 2. I think that just looks really, really dumb. But yeah, the problem is like Jacob falls. But yeah, because Jacob just falls by the wayside because it's the double punch of him not being a very interesting character and also not being a very good character in terms of like gameplay and stuff. Because like Morden is a great character, but mechanically is not great. He's like on the weaker end of characters. And Jacob is the same. Like, he's not a great character because he's kind of boring, and he's just another guy with shotguns and pistols, and he's got pull, I think, an ammo power, and he's got his really basic like passive ability that improve his stats, and then his loyalty power is just a shield. It's just not great. I guess like another thing they could have done with Jacob is like if you're going to give him like a barrier or a shield as a power, is like maybe have him, I don't know, play up more like his protective aspects, because like you get that like a little bit that he's like a protector. He like will sacrifice himself for others, because at the yeah, I mean, honestly what I'd like to do is, the easiest change Jacob is like get rid of pistols, give him like assault rifles instead. So what, assault rifles and shotguns would make him the same as Grunt, I think. But like if he was a more defensive Grunt, if that makes sense. So if he had like a barrier ability or something, like he could pop down a barrier for like mobile cover or something like that. Like he does something that protects the team. Because there are hints of that in his dialogue. Because like at the end, where it's near the end, where it's the suicide missions, they're all discussing roles to take for the mission. There's a bit where Jacob's like, oh man, like someone's gonna have to go through this bit and it'll be super dangerous, I volunteer to do it. Like he immediately volunteers to do it, and again, like having more of that would be really good. Oh, these are just a bunch of logs. And what was I going to say? Damn it. Something about Jacob, obviously, because I'm on a roll with talking about Jacob. Oh, I've completely forgotten now.
That's a big crowd. Come on, let's keep looking.
I like the role he gets when, like, he essentially greets new people to the team. That's actually kind of good. If he didn't have that, I think like people would completely forget about him. I think that's like quite a good role for him. Good effort, Ducky. When are you starting Titanfall 2? Probably about 8, like 7:45 maybe. I'm gonna play Mass Effect up until about 7:30. I might just finish the Sanctuary mission. Honestly, where am I going? Over there. I might finish the Sanctuary mission, because I don't think that takes too long. And I'm going to take a quick break to have a quick dinner, and then I'm going to be playing Titanfall.
But where are all the people they brought?
So set your alarm for 8-ish.
Got a fragment of something here.
I can't go right now, but I'll send this as soon as I can. My little girl got sick. That's why I left. I love you, but I have to.
I see what you mean about ludonarrative dissonance. He doesn't commit. Why would he protect? He attack. He protect, but he do not commit. So this is my thoughts on it. So Jacob, I feel like is. I'm trying to think how to okay. Jacob, I feel, is like the kind of person who, like, when he finds something to, like, I guess commit to or fight for, he gets like super into it. You know, that is like his life, but only temporarily. So like, he would be the sort of guy who like gets a new job and like absolutely loves it for like a month. It's all he can talk about. It's just like, oh my god, this is the best job I've ever had. And then like after, you know, at the 6 week, 2 months mark, he's like, actually it's kind of boring. I don't really like it. Like he goes from like 0 to 100 down to 0 again. So I guess you could say he would be willing to. Maybe it's not. Maybe like it's a term of like maybe not being able to commit, but like long-term commit. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. And plus, I mean, you could also say like having a protective nature doesn't necessarily mean being committed to something, because like you could still want to protect people just because that's the right thing to do. Or I don't know, you play up to that. Maybe he's got a bit of a hero complex, a bit of a martyrdom complex. I don't know. Just the point I'm making is, from welcome to my TED talk about Jacob from Mass Effect, is that Jacob, I think, has a lot of potential, and he could have been a lot more interesting than he is.
I'd recognize Reaper technology anywhere, Commander. I don't know how.
But that's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts regarding Jacob. It just annoys me that like everyone's always like, oh, I forget about Jacob. Jacob actually had a whole game where he was the protagonist. I think it was like a mobile game or something. I can't remember what it was called, but like he was the main character, and it was like, I think it was covering stuff he did while working for Cerberus, like when he was doing like special ops missions or something. I can't remember what it was called, but like it definitely existed. I remember it existed because like it was so weird to be a thing. Just like, oh, they gave Jacob a game. All right.
Whoa, this looks important.
Power switch.
Look around for a switch. What am I seeing here? Those are the refugees. What are they doing?
That is, yeah, that is the crimes, because Jacob essentially doesn't fill any kind of tactical niche. Because I mean, like, pull is kind of useful, and it synergizes well with him having like close range weapons and stuff. But things like the first time I was playing the Legendary Edition, which is like the first time I played Mass Effect in like about 6 years. First time I played it, I was like, I'm going to be a Vanguard, because Vanguards in 3 are so much fun to use, because you get to like the Charge and the Nova. It's super good fun. They're a little rough in 2. Like, it doesn't work as well because their weapon selection is kind of rubbish. You have to use the Mass Effect 2 shotguns, which are terrible. But if you're a Vanguard, your mere existence makes Jacob redundant, because as a Vanguard you have the exact same powers as him. So like, you know, he's the first party member you meet if you're playing Vanguard, and just like, all right, you do literally nothing unique. Like down to weapon and power choice, Jacob is just like a worse Vanguard. And Vanguard's already not great in Mass Effect 2. And I say that as someone who like, Vanguard is my favourite class in the game.
Randall Lawson has arrived sooner than expected. What do you want me to deal with her?
Only if she gets in your way. Stay focused on the research data. Find it and get out.
Yes, sir. Damn it.
And plus also, Jacob suffers the critical weakness of not being Miranda, who is, I think, by far one of the best characters in the game. I think, like, in terms of her, like, actual arc, and definitely, like, her in-game effects, because she is useful all game, because she has powers that let her hit every weakness. Her passive buffs up the whole team. Yeah, Miranda is great. The only downside is she's a little bit fragile. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, it was cool for you to be here for a bit, and I really liked talking about Jacob. It's kind of a bugbear for me. But yeah, hopefully you will be back for Titanfall, and you can tell me how garbage I am at wall running.
Must be left over from the attack.
Yeah, speaking a bit. I don't need to get good, I already am good. Get good at spelling, scrub.
Dr. Newry's legacy work with subject Paul Grayson provided a key element to our work here. In the pursuit of efficiency has revealed that the Reaper's use of dragon's teeth to create husks is ingenious. It is. The Reaper nanites attach themselves to the adrenaline release and quickly move through the body to speed conversion.
Reapers wanted the place shut down. Maybe we'll get some answers.
It doesn't make sense. Thought Cerberus and the Reapers were getting along. What changed?
There we go.
Heading to the tower to disable the communications scrambler. I have to get word out. Some refugees are turned into husks. Some are indoctrinated and shipped to the elusive man. Whoever's left is used in experiments. The data indicates that my father is trying to figure out how Reaper indoctrination works.
Tricking refugees with food and shelter only to turn them into test subjects. And for what?
Bait switch. Can't believe it.
The shipments. They might lead to the elusive man.
Good catch. Come on. Miranda said she was headed to the tower. Tight quarters. Take your fire. Creating these husk creatures was our first success. While not true husks, they still respond to Reaper signals. More work ahead, but we are moving forward.
Excuse me.
Father is working for the elusive man.
Where is that log coming from? There we go. So I just picked up the Locust, which is if you play Mass Effect 2, you know how good the Locust. Well, yeah, if you play Mass Effect 2 and you're not playing as a soldier, you know how good the Locust is, and how much of a beeline you absolutely make for the Locust at the start of the game, because it is by far and away the best submachine gun you get in the game, because it's got really good punch, it's got good accuracy, it's based like an assault rifle, and you can get it really early because you get it unlocked with Kasumi's loyalty mission, and you can get Kasumi as soon as you go to the Citadel, which is quite early on, and her loyalty mission is like, it's actually a little bit difficult, but it's so worth it to get the Locust, because then you're absolutely cruising for the rest of the game. It's just, like I was saying earlier, like Mass Effect 2, if you are a class that has to rely on using pistols and submachine guns, it's tough. It is tough at the start.
But it's good news for us. We finally have our link to Cerberus.
But that's like the thing you do in Mass Effect 2 is like, as soon as possible, get to the Citadel, meet Kasumi, go and do her loyalty mission, because then you get the Locust. And then, and it's just so weird that, like, you would, because, like, Kasumi is one of the DLC companions, her and Zaid, and you can do Zaid's really early as well, but you don't get anywhere near anything as good if you do Zaid's mission. Well, that's not true, actually. You unlock the Inferno Grenade power, which is absolutely broken. So actually, go back on what I said there. Both the DLC squad mates give you really good stuff. Also, like, Kasumi is, like, I think, like, a really good squad mate. I don't use her that much, but her unique ability where she basically, like, disappears, like, and teleports, and then, like, stabs someone, is, like, really, really strong. So, yeah. But, like, it's just weird that, like, you would meet this thief, as that's what she's a thief, and then, like, immediately be like, I have to earn your loyalty. Like, nothing has higher priority, and it's literally just because you want to get a better SMG, and it's because Mass Effect 2, unfortunately, does not have a great variety of weaponry. And, like, the weapons you do find are usually, like, straight upgrades over weapons you already have, which is, like, a little bit boring, because it just means everyone just uses the same weapon, whereas, I've said it already, but, like, there's so much variety of weapons in Mass Effect 3, because, like, you've got so many different, like, assault rifles, and they all do slightly different things, which is really good. So, like, this, what I'm using here, it's not an SMG, it is a pistol. It's a full auto pistol. And there's another pistol I really like, the Talon, which is like a shotgun pistol, which is basically the best shotgun in the game, and it's not a shotgun. What am I doing? I'm just endlessly strafing. But yeah, I just wish Mass Effect 2 had, like, the same kind of weapon variety. And, with assault rifles, basically, your one choice is the Matic, because the Matic is unbelievably good compared to the Avenger, or what's the other one? The Vindicator, I want to say is the other assault rifle, and then, like, later on in the game you get the Revenant, but you only get the Revenant if you're, like, a soldier, and you already have assault rifle training. Like, you can't be a Vanguard and get the... Oh, hello. You can't be a Vanguard and get the Revenant. And on the subject of assault rifles, this is my baby here. It's potentially one of my favourite weapons in the game. It's definitely top 3. It's the Sabre. and it is an absolute beast. And I'm going to work very hard to try and get it, because there is a slight trick to getting it. I think I have to go and unlock a pod and then come back to it. But it is 100% worth it. Because, again, it's like an assault rifle that... I'll put it, it's a weapon that doesn't behave as you would expect it to be. So it's like an assault rifle. It takes up like your assault rifle equipment slot, but it behaves more like a heavy sniper rifle. I think. Oh, there is it around here somewhere. I think it's like releases all the. I'm gonna find it because I absolutely want the saber, and I'm trying to use different weapons. That's why I'm using this sniper rifle, the Indra, because I've not used it before, and I'm really upset that I didn't, because it is great. And that's why I'm using this different pistol as well. I'm using the Eagle pistol. But man, I love the saber so much, and like it is such a, it's so satisfying to use it. I think that's opened it. Because it makes just the best noise when you fire it. Here we go. Yeah, we're equipping it. Oh, God, I love this weapon, and I'm so sad you only get it like right at the end of the game. Because we're near the end here. There's like not much else after this. And like it's super heavy. Like it completely tanks your recharge speed, but goddamn, it's such a good gun. I love it so much. And the annoying thing is, I don't think you even get to use it, because I think this is like sort of a final cutscene bit of this part. So like, I've gotten it, and then I've still got to wait to use it. Oh, it's such a tease.
I'm sorry she missed. Where's Kai Lang?
Decided to take my helmet off for some reason.
He took my research and left us here to die.
Miranda, can you hear me?
That's close enough. Both of you. Kai Lang didn't finish the job, but I will.
This ends here.
On the contrary, now that the Reapers are taken care of, we have a way out.
Let her go.
Shepard, don't let him take her. Shepard, please.
You tried to leave with her. You died. Let her go, and maybe you walk.
I've done nothing to you.
This isn't about you and me. Let her go and walk away. I won't say it again.
Look at my eyes. Look at my terrifying red eyes, and try and argue with me.
But I want out alive. Deal?
No deal. Did he hurt you?
Just killed her dad. Bit weird.
It's okay, Ori. You're safe now. I'm fine. I want to get out of here. We will. Give me a minute, okay? Commander Shepard. Fancy meeting you here.
We caught a break. Are you all right?
I'll be fine. Really. I don't know how you managed it, but I'm grateful you're here.
With everything at stake, you come in here alone? That was foolish.
Ariana was in danger. You saw what my father was capable of.
About your father.
I'm glad he's gone, Shepard. I'm sorry if that sounds cold.
No. I understand.
He seemed pretty awful.
It's finally over. For both of us. We can stop running.
Yes. You can. What's our status? Any intel we can use from this place?
Research data is gone. Some basic facility information, shuttle arrivals and departures, Cerberus included. No direct links, but it's a good start.
You'll track him right to the elusive man.
A tracer? Sounds like you thought of everything.
Not quite, but nobody's perfect.
Thanks.
I'll be in touch, Shepard. Soon.
I hope so.
Come on, Ori. We've had enough of Father's hospitality.
Let's make sure everyone knows about this place.
Communication scrambler disabled.
I wasn't in favor of your diversion to Sanctuary, Commander. Too many unknowns. But I was wrong. The Cerberus lab you raided hinted at something big, but we never expected this. All those refugees, all that slaughter, just to study indoctrination.
Sanctuary did need to be shut down, sir. What they learned about the Reapers wasn't worth all those lives.
It's useful intel, Commander, but you're right. The cost was too high. Do we have a location on the elusive man?
Yes, we had a tracer on Kai Lang when he reported back.
Good. That gives us a fighting chance to take Cerberus out of this war.
Agreed. We need to end Cerberus and focus on the Reapers.
My thoughts exactly. Hack it out.
I really like how these numbers work out in the galactic thing. So let's see if I can find like a good example. So I'm trying to find it now. So okay. So let's go into human, maybe alliance. So it's like a whole cruiser is like 40, which is exactly 2 of Kaylee Sanders. And then like, you know, the ex Normandy crew, like Miranda, like 25, just like that's better than some like some armed forces. I really like these two. I really like their little banter as you come back from the war room.
Commander, it seems Tally's taking what happened on Horizon hard. She's in the lounge if you want to check on her. The Alliance has issued warnings about Sanctuary. Cerberus bastards. Horizon was my home. Just tell me you're going to take Cerberus down.
Cerberus is already dead. They just don't know it yet. And when their base is nothing but a smoking crater, remember that you're the one who helped us find them.
Thanks.
Right, let's go talk to Tali. Oh, is this when she's doing the emergency induction port? Oh, that's...
I can't get that place out of my head. The whole thing was so calculated, using hope to lure people to their deaths, or worse. I can't understand it. And you know, I'm glad I can't. It makes me feel human. Just wondering what the refugees do now. I thought I'd heard of everything. Man. Hard to believe what was down there. Commander?
Yes, when she's drunk. It's amazing.
Shepard! Want a drink? I'm toasting Miranda, I think.
How are you getting drunk?
Very careful. Torian brandy, triple filtered, then introduced into the suit through an emergency induction port.
That's a straw, Tally.
Emergency induction port. It's actually getting a little harder to get it into the slot. I think that means it's working. She was so rude. What did Jack call her? Cerberus cheerleader with her perfect genes and that attitude and still, she got it done. She stopped her father.
I didn't realize this would be so hard.
I didn't like her. Keela, she was such a bitch. But I respected her. Sometimes that's better than liking. She did whatever it took to stop her father. She never gave in to him. Never changed herself to please him. Don't me. You sound like a Vorcha.
Seeing a bit of yourself in Miranda fighting her father?
I spent my life trying to live up to him. Then making up for his mistakes, doing what he'd have wanted.
It's never that easy.
When do we get to stop reacting to our parents and start living for ourselves?
The answer to that one's at the bottom of that glass.
I might need help with the induction straw. Port. You know.
Here's to Miranda.
Nice job. You genetically perfect Cerberus cheerleader Boschtet. Keela Salai.
More like tequila Salai, because she's drinking. Alright. Oh, who else can I talk to? Oh, I don't want to talk to Liara.
A pleasure to see you.
Hot take, I don't like Liara. And I don't like the way the game tries to make me like Liara. Just find her quite annoying. Oh, where's Garrus? Where's Garrus? There he is. Let's have a good chat with Garrus, because he's
Word
great.
from your family?
They made it off Palaven. It was tight, but they're okay.
We'll take every scrap of good news we can get.
Wish I had more, though.
Why?
I just had to make a tough call with Primarch. He said our fleets are being decimated, so I advised him to cease all offensive operations against the Reapers.
Full retreat.
The only way to save Palaven now is to hold our ships back for the Crucible. But if I'm wrong, then a lot of other Turian families won't be as lucky as mine.
If it means anything, I would have given the Primarch the same advice.
Yeah, there's that ruthless calculus again. Speaking of which, I hear the Solarians are helping us out. How did you manage that? It wouldn't have anything to do with Rex jumping you at the Citadel, would it? I heard he was pretty angry.
I'm going to be honest with Garrus. Garrus can handle the truth.
I made sure the Genophage cure wouldn't work. It was the price for Solarian cooperation.
A few years ago, I would have said you paid too much. But now, if there was a deal that could save Palaven, I wouldn't be so certain. Did Wix just go along with it? Damn war.
I love how Garrus gets it. Garrus, 100% one of the best written characters in this series. He's Tyrion. Well, he's not Tyrion Batman, because Batman would be like, you shouldn't have sacrificed an innocent. He's better. Oh god, Garrus is so good.
A lot of Turians went to Sanctuary.
That's why, as Femme Shepherd, we always romance Garrus. Because human men will let you down. But not Garrus. Where am I going? Oh, I'm at an awkward point, because I said I was going to play until 7:30, which is about 20 minutes away. And then I was going to take a break for dinner. And then start Titanfall, and there's not really much I can do. I thought Sanctuary was going to take slightly longer. What I know I can do, I can go and upgrade my saber, aka the best weapon in the game. Oh my god, it's going to cost so much money. But worth it. Absolutely worth it. Saber is... Oh my god, it's so heavy. It absolutely tanks my recharges. We could put ultralight materials on it, couldn't we? Oh, reduce weapons weight by 8%. Oh god, who cares? We can give it a magazine upgrade. Oh god, that's so ugly. And piercing modifier, and just have it just completely destroy anything. I will give it the extended barrel, even though it's the ugly extended barrel. There we go. Ah, oh, Saber. I love it so much. It's like the Matic on steroids. What is there left to buy? Oh, there's so much from... Which one's this? This is the Batarian shop, isn't it? Oh, there's all these rubbish upgrades which like increase your damage, but increase the weight by a lot, even though... How... how does the Omni Blade increase the weapon weight? It's like light. Don't understand. Oh, these are all shotgun stuff, and we don't care about shotguns. Starmer, we don't care about that. That's just Medigel. Don't think there's anything else really to buy. I don't want to get anything from Spectre Requisitions. Well, let's get that, why not? Why not? Internet decided to drop out very briefly there, so I'm sorry if you if you had been watching and suddenly blipped off. That's the reason. Internet decided just to have throw a little hissy fit. What am I gonna do? Oh, I should have checked my journals, hadn't I? That's what I should have done. There must be some side mission I can do for like 15 minutes. I can't go... Right, okay. Let's have a look. Well, I can't do that now because I can't go back to Omega. That starts the end game. Like, once you commit to Cerberus headquarters, you are locked into the end game because you do Cerberus headquarters, and then I think you go straight into the attack on Earth. So that's just not happening. Dakuna and Rannoch I can't do. That's happened. And then just some stuff on the Citadel. Tell you what, we'll go to the Citadel and buy quest items that you've missed. Oh, that's a lot of Reapers. This is getting pretty pretty hairy out here. Plus, it's, you know, at some point I will do the Shore Leave DLC. I'm not going to do it today because it's about 3 hours long, I think, to do the Shore Leave DLC, and it is great, and I really want to take time to properly enjoy that, so that might just be for me. Got to the MCs.
Yes, Commander.
And I want to make terrible decisions for the party, like, because normally I have, whenever I do the Shore Leave DLC, I have like a loud party, and everyone has a great time, I want to do, because I think you have the option of doing like a serious party, which is like a bit quieter, a bit more reserved. I want to see how that pans out and just if it's terrible or not. Because I won't have Rex or Grunt there, because Rex and Grunt have not survived in my playthrough. Because I'm playing terrible Decision Shepherd. I never released Grunt from his pod in Mass Effect 2, and as it was said in the, I had a conversation with Garrus, I sabotaged the genophage, so Rex found out he came after me, and I killed him. And so neither Grunt nor Rex will be at the Shore Leave party, which is kind of sad. Okay, well apparently I'm just not going to be able to do this. No. Okay. Well, this was worth my time. Really hope to be able to buy the... Actually, thinking about it, because this guy becomes available, I think, after the Cerberus coup. Also, Cerberus coup in this is... I love the attack on the Citadel. Such a good moment of the story. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do these. Yeah, I think surely I can't do... Pretty sure I'd done Dakuna. Because like I was pretty thorough in my playthrough of this, like of trying to hit all the assets.
We got your people off to Dakuna.
Oh, there we go.
Were you able to evacuate any civilians?
Yes.
How many?
I love that moment, because the whole Elcor shtick is that like they're not good at expressing emotions, or like they can't do emotions that are perceived by other people, so they have to state their emotional intent like before making sense. So you know, it's just like with sincerity, blah blah blah. And that bit there where he's just like, he talks without saying what his emotional intent is at the start, when he just said, yeah, like, how many citizens do you save? And he's just like, not enough. And like, I was, oh, so many good little writing touches in these games. So good. This is so silly, because I've just started a broadcast just saying that. As I was saying, internet decided to throw a wobble. I'm going to take sort of my break a bit earlier, so I'm going to take sort of about, then I will start playing through the Titanfall 2 campaign, so that'll be fun. Cool. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed playing through Mass Effect 3 because, goddamn, I really love Mass Effect 3. Actually, the whole franchise. You know, even though 1 is a bit janky. But goddamn, I love some Mass Effect. Alright, cool. Let's take a break, come back in about 20 minutes, play some Titanfall.